Imagine being born into a world on the brink of a medical revolution, only to be swept up in the last wave of a devastating epidemic. This was the paradoxical fate of Paul Richard Alexander, born in the year 1946, just as the world was about to witness a major breakthrough: the development of the polio vaccine. Paul's early life was much like that of any other child in the post-war era, filled with moments of joy, laughter, and innocence. However, a dark cloud was looming on the horizon. At the tender age of 6, just as the vaccine was about to become widely available, Paul started showing symptoms of polio. What followed was a life-altering journey that would test his strength and resilience in unimaginable ways. He was just a small boy when he found himself in the grip of a disease that was about to be eradicated from the face of the earth. Imagine living your life in a metal tube, breathing in rhythm with a machine. This became Paul's reality. In the mid-20th century, polio struck the young Paul Alexander, confining him to the confines of an iron lung for the rest of his life. Now try picturing your world as a horizontal metal cylinder where your only source of breath is the rhythmic, mechanical hiss of the machine. Sounds like a dystopian nightmare, doesn't it? But for Paul, this was his everyday life. However, the iron lung was not a prison for him. Instead, it became a vessel that allowed him to navigate life in ways that would astound anyone. Paul did not merely adapt to the iron lung, he embraced it, molding his existence around it and turning what could have been a tragic life into a tale of resilience and determination. His education, for instance, didn't halt at this hurdle. Unable to attend school physically, Paul's mother played a crucial role in his learning journey. She would go to school, bring back assignments, and help him study. Paul would dictate his answers and his mother or sister would scribe them. This way, he completed high school and didn't stop there. With an indomitable spirit, he went on to pursue higher education. He attended the University of Texas, where he studied, of all things, law. Yes, you heard it right. Paul Richard Alexander, the man living in an iron lung, became a lawyer. He attended classes via speakerphone, took exams orally, and even managed to practice law for a while. But how did he do all of this from within an iron lung, you might wonder? Well, that's where Paul's ingenuity came into play. He learned to type with a plastic stick held in his mouth, to operate a phone, and even to write legal briefs. Paul's life in the iron lung was a testament to the power of human will. He turned the impossible into the possible, transforming his life within the machine from a mere existence into a vibrant, purposeful life. He was not just surviving in his iron lung, he was thriving. As years turned into decades, Paul became one of the last people in the world living full-time in an iron lung. When the iron lung became a relic of the past, replaced by modern ventilators, Paul had to battle to keep his lifeline. He was not just fighting for himself, but for the diminishing community of polio survivors who, like him, depended on this seemingly outdated technology. Paul's story is not just about survival, it's about advocacy. He tirelessly championed the cause of polio survivors and worked to shine a light on post-polio syndrome, a condition many survivors grapple with long after the initial disease has passed. Despite living within the confines of his iron lung, Paul reached out to the world, sharing his experiences and giving voice to those who couldn't. Paul became the voice of a forgotten era, reminding the world of a time when the iron lung was a lifeline to many. Paul Richard Alexander, a man born to die, chose instead to live and live fully. He was not just a survivor but a champion of life. Despite the confines of his iron lung, Paul's spirit was never shackled. He was a beacon of resilience, a testament to the unyielding human spirit. In the shadow of adversity, Paul found his purpose. He became an attorney, a teacher, a mentor. He used his voice not just to breathe, but to inspire, to educate, to advocate. Through a microphone and a computer, he connected with the world, proving that physical limitations are no match for a resilient spirit. Paul's life was a symphony of triumph over tragedy. His journey was not a tale of suffering, but rather a story of resilience, of hope, of unyielding optimism. His outlook on life was as vast as the sky, his spirit as untamed as the wind. In the face of adversity, Paul Richard Alexander didn't just survive, he soared.
Memoir. It took me 5 years to write it, letter by letter. It's called